they're one of the biggest bands on the planet, and the Foo Fighters are adding actors to their impressive resumes. Yes, that's right. The group have made a new horror comedy movie which follows them as they move into a creepy house to record their 10th studio album, Medicine at Midnight. I caught up with the band to chat all things Studio 666.
Foo Fighters, you gotta get me a record.
It's our 10th album. We gotta break the mold on this one.
Well, g'day, legends. It's lovely to talk to you all.
G'day.
Congratulations. The movie is so funny and so scary.
Did you really think it was scary?
Yes.
I love it when people say it was scary.
Wow.
Because I find us the least threatening people in the world. Like, it's funny for me when someone says, like, ooh, your movie was scary.
So I actually had an idea because you know how you're good friends with one of my co-hosts, Ali Langdon?
Yes.
Well, I'm going to tell her that it's just a sweet movie about some friends making an album, and then she'll see that opening scene and it'll give her a nice little surprise, you know?
You know, first impressions mean a lot. Because you think it's going to be a Foo Fighters movie and like goofy and funny the whole time. But we kind of open it up with one of the most disgusting scenes in the whole film.
It's like, we're not kidding.
Right out of the
horror
gate.
movie.
That's right. Just grab you and take you. Then it turns into the Foo Fighters, like, eat dirt, dirt, dirt. And then, you know,
I did.
throw in a couple chainsaws and you got yourself a film.
The sound of this house is the sound of album 10.
How did you come up with it? Like, what made you want to do a movie? Because it is so out of left field, I have to say.
I mean, it's not something we ever really aspired to do, but about 3 years ago when we started working on music for our record Medicine at Midnight, this friend of mine texted me and said, hey, I just had a meeting with some people and they want to make a horror film with the Foo Fighters. And I thought it was the stupidest idea ever, and that's not something we would ever do. And then we moved into that house, the house in the movie. We moved in there to start writing and recording the album, and I was like, hold on a second, we're in a creepy old house right now. When we're finished making the record, let's just make a super low budget, like, slasher film for fun. And then it just snowballed into an actual full-length feature film. So it was almost unintentional. It just kind of happened.
Dude has got one flew over the cuckoo's nest crazy.
It's this place, man.
I love that you guys are all so close as well. You've obviously spent a lot of time together over the years.
Just a quarter of a century, but whatever.
We just see each other more than we see our families.
Yeah.
But like,
Well, we had Ringo Starr on our show, and Dave, he said that he gave you some really important advice. Do you remember what it was?
I remember him saying that you should never practice. That's what he told me, is that he never practiced the drums. And he doesn't like playing unless he's playing with other people. And I was like, oh, that makes sense.
I kind of think you've heeded that.
What did he say?
He said that he told you that you should always own up to a fart.
This is right, absolutely. He did. He was telling us about how the Beatles farted in the van. And he said, if you fart, got to admit it, or else it causes a whole lot of trouble.
Yeah.
Is it something that you guys practice?
It's usually an apology.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. It's not like someone goes, hey, I farted. It's more like, you guys, I'm sorry.
Or maybe you just sit there and wait for a reaction.
Like you said, we're very close. We spent a lot of time.
Nate was a vegetarian for years.
Really, we're gonna go there?
We're older now. I like Ringo's advice from his famous Beatles song about making movies. Act naturally.
Hey.
That's my Ringo advice.
Guys, thank you so much, and we'll see you in Australia soon. You can fart as much as you want in Geelong, I hear.
I have no idea what you're talking about, but okay, we'll see you there.
Is the album almost done?
Yeah, it's killer.
Studio 666 is in cinemas for 1 week only this Thursday. It's rated R 18+, so definitely not one for the kids. And I am so excited for the concert next week in Geelong.